All right, we back. We back for another one, y'all. Y'all come on in here, man. Join the chat. Tap in. Hit that like button down below. Y'all know what we about to do. We about to talk about it, man. Hit that like button as soon as you enter the chat. Let me know if you like these videos. Let me know if you're a Wu-Tang Clan member, man. If you're here right now, drop that W in the chat. Let me know how y'all feeling. I'm gonna give you another minute to get up in here. Hope everybody's doing good. Hope everybody's doing good out there. Don't forget, man, go check out my boy Exotic. Let me put it up here for y'all, man. Let me put it up here for y'all. Y'all must not know. Hold up. Where is it at? Where is it at, man? Let's put it up there for y'all to see. Put it up there for y'all to see, man. Exotic Bartenders. Y'all go check it out, man. My man Stack Jones' new business. Y'all go check it out when y'all can. Exotic Bartender. He has a Instagram page. Go check out the Instagram page. Tap in. Hope everybody's doing good. Tonight, we're going to have a good one tonight, man. Oh, man. Yo, listen. I've been wanting to talk about this one for a long time. And let me get it up here, man. Where is it at? There we go. I've been wanting to talk about this one for a long time, man. I need y'all to hit the comment section as usual because I am nothing without you, all right? Let me see what the chat's saying. I see Tribal Gigolos in the building. Shout out to Try. Try says, Woo Wednesday on a Friday night. Yeah, man, throw that W up, man. Woo Wednesday is Woo Thursday, Woo Friday, woo every day, man. Thank you, Chai, for that. I see Charlie's in the building. Charlie, what up? Charlie says, only built. Charlie's starting early. Charlie says, only built for Cuban Link is the best solo Wu-Tang album. I see Jason is in the chat. Shout out to Red Book Fly. Shout out to the Take Flight Society. Jason got a comment. Jason said, what up, Playboy? I sent you. I got yours, Jason. I got it. I'm going to put it up there tonight. I got you. I got you, Jason. On the Facebook Messenger. Iman is in the building. Harlem is in the building. Shout out to Iman. Shout out to the whole Harlem, man. Listen, y'all. Listen. Tonight, I'm asking you guys, who has the best solo Wu-Tang album? And I'm going to start off with controversy off the top. Okay? I'm going to start off with some controversy off the top. Take a look at the picture. If you're a Wu-Tang Clan head, you will know that there's one person moving. That's one person missing from that picture. Take a look at the picture. There's an album that's missing from that picture. If you know what album it is, drop it in the comment section down below. I need y'all to tap in today as usual. Who has the best solo Wu-Tang album? We're going to talk about it tonight, man. Iman says Raekwon, the purple tape, only built for Cuban Link, getting another vote early. Triborough says only built for Cuban Link or Liquid Swords. Too hard album. Listen, Liquid Swords, man. Yo, listen. Liquid Swords is a man. Oh man, we're gonna talk about it, man. Jason says shout out to Raekwon opening his dispensary in downtown Newark, New Jersey. Plan on meeting him soon through family connections. Shout out to Jason, man. Shout out to the whole Take Flight Society, man. Shout out to Red Book Fly. Shout out to all of y'all, man. Jason, I see you doing your thing, man. Keep doing your thing. I see James is in the building. James, thanks for coming through. James said ZU. I see Jason says Capadonna. Yes. I see Charlie says The Pillage. Yes. I see Norman Rich says Capadonna. Yes. Listen carefully. Listen carefully. November the 9th, 1993. Where were you? This is the original album. Don't play with me. This is the original album, okay? This is the original album. This is the original album. This is the original album. This is it. This is it. I was here. 1993, Jamaica Avenue, 165, Coliseum Block. I think I paid like $16, $17 for this album, somewhere around there. Original. Okay, all right. If you were around back when the album was first released, you will know that there is a saying on one of the Wu-Tang Clan albums. It's kind of okay. What does he say? What did he say? Who did Method Man shout out on his on the Method Man song? Who did Method Man shout out? The RZA, the Jezza, Old Dirty Bastard, Inspector Deck, Raekwon the Chef, You God, Ghostface Killer, and the Method Man. But he did leave out Master Killer. So shout out to Master Killer. But if you were around then, Capadonna was not, as far as I know, Capadonna was not an original member of the original 9 members. Okay, the original 9 members, I know Capadonna was around, but as far as I know, drop it in the comments. Y'all drop it in the comments. The reason Capadonna's album is not listed, because we're talking about the original 9 members. Okay, so drop it in the comments. Let me know what y'all think. I see Iman says Ghostface first joint. That's the Iron Man album. Okay. Let me see what else is going on here. Iman says RIP to Too Short's brother. Yes, I saw that post today, actually. If you don't know, in the news, they're saying that Too Short's brother got shot and deceased while he was sleeping in his dispensary store. Some people broke in. There was a firefight. I'm just paraphrasing. And Too Short's brother, they're saying that he lost his life. So rest in peace to Too Short's brother. It's unfortunate that there's so much crime going on nowadays. It's very tough to work in retail today. There's a lot of crime out there. So Iman, thank you for that. RIP to Too Short's brother who died in a weed dispensary. James has a comment. James says, hi, my favorite is Return of the 36 and Jigga Please. Okay, so Return of the 36, I believe you're saying that that's the Old DB album. All right, so the old DB album, that's there. That's the 3rd album there. Yep, that is there. Okay, cool. Okay, Norman Rich is in the chat. Norman Rich, thanks for coming through. Norman Rich has a comment. Norman Rich says, but that Supreme Clientele tops them all. Okay. Jason says, I was 9 in 3rd grade. My brother had it. Okay, shout out to your brother, Jason. Triborough Jiggler says, I have them all. Shout out to Tri, hip hop head. NYC Addictions is in the building, yo. Shout out to NYC Addictions. NYC Addictions says chess, boxing. Okay. Charlie says Master Killer and Deck have very underrated albums. Okay. NYC Addiction says those old Clue tapes. Shout out to DJ Clue back in the days. And James says hello chat. Y'all, we talking about it tonight, man. The 9 members. So this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna break it down. The first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna break it down into 3 categories, y'all. Okay? Bobby Digital album. Bobby is not the greatest lyricist of the Wu-Tang. Hell of a producer. RZA is a hell of a producer. So the Bobby Digital album, okay. That Liquid Swords album, that's got to be in your top. That's got to be in your top, guys. The Liquid Swords album has got to be in your top. ODB, again, not the most lyrical person on Wu-Tang. Very interesting album. We're going to talk about that later. Inspector Deck, maybe one of the top rappers in Wu-Tang Clan. Inspector Deck might be one of the best rappers with rapping ability in Wu-Tang, so we got to put that up there. Raekwon's Only Built for Cuban Link album. Listen, yo, this album changed the game. Say what you want about Cuban Link, Only Built for Cuban Link 2. That first Cuban Link album changed the game. All right? You Got album, good. Not super great, not awesome, good. Ghostface, Supreme Clientele. I see Triple T Reviews is in the building. Triple T, what up? Thanks for coming through. What up, chat? Triple T says, what up to the chat? Master Killer album. Again, early in the Wu-Tang Clan's existence, Master Killer was one of the top MCs when it comes to rapping ability. Master Killer was one of those top MCs back then. And Method Man, what can we say about Method Man? Method Man was the poster child for the Wu-Tang Clan. Okay, Method Man was the first member from the Wu-Tang Clan to get his own album. Okay, so the clan believed in Method Man so much. He was the first artist on Wu-Tang to get a solo album. Very good album for Method Man. One of my favorite albums on the Wu-Tang Clan. Try has a comment. Try says Bobby Digital is his best album. Yes, I think that is his best. Hands down. Hands down. The production on that is great. I think the bars on that is amazing as well. RZA's rapping style throws people off sometimes, but that album is solid. Try. I agree. Iman has a comment. Iman says, I was 9 years old when Wu-Tang shot the ice cream video on Jamaica Ave. On Jamaica Ave, Queens. All right? Those boys are from Staten Island. They came out to Jamaica, Queens, Coliseum block and shot that video. All right? So be clear, Iman. They didn't go to Harlem. All right? They came to Jamaica, Queens. Let me get back to the comment from Iman. All right? Iman says, I was 9 years old when Wu-Tang shot the ice cream video in Wagner Project. Whoa. Well, okay. All right. There were some pieces of it, maybe, Iman, but the majority of that video was shot in Queens, Coliseum block. All right. Let me read the whole comment. Iman says, I was 9 years old when Wu-Tang shot that ice cream video in Wagner Projects. I live up the block from there. Shout out to Iman for that. Thank you. Norman Rich has a comment. Norman Rich says, honorable mention, he's not a member but an affiliate, that LA the Dark Side heist of the century was sharp as hell. Shout out to LA the Dark Man. I forgot about him, y'all. Oh my God. Wow. Okay. Thank you for that, Norman. Thank you for that. Try has a comment. Try says Ray and Ghost recording that album in Barbados just hits different, exotic flash. Sai's in the building. Sai, I need you to call in. The show, Sai, and give us your favorite Wu-Tang solo album. Call the show. My phone is right here, Sai. Call in. I need to hear you on the show. Thank you. Charlie has a comment. Charlie says, Ray has a very sloppy rap style. I was never a fan of his solo stuff. Yeah, man. Charlie is not lying, y'all. Charlie's not lying. RZA, they call it unorthodox. He has an unorthodox style of rapping. It catches you off guard sometimes. So yeah, RZA does have a unorthodox way of rhyming, and yeah, it does catch me off guard as well too. But I do like RZA stuff. I can't lie. There's something about his rap style that I love. He's not the best out of Wu-Tang by no point, but I do like RZA stuff though. Thank you for that, Charlie. That's a good point. Sai says Kali Block, Coliseum Block. Shout out to the Coliseum Block. Triple T says, what I want to say is that my favorite Wu-Tang album is Enter the Wu-Tang 36 Chambers. Okay. We got it here. We got it. But that's not a solo album, okay? This is a group album, all right? Let me see. All right. My favorite solo artist from Wu-Tang Clan is Method Man. I also like the Method Man and Redman. That was a good album, too. That Blackout album was ridiculous. Thank you, Triple T. Triple T says, Old Dirty Bastard is my second favorite solo artist from the Wu-Tang. Shout out for that. Tribal said, that's not true. That's not true, Sai. Was already, Shy was already affiliated when his first album dropped in 93. Okay. All right, Troy. Troy is responding to Iman. All right. Today we're talking about who has the best solo Wu-Tang Clan albums. Now listen, I've listened to a lot of Wu-Tang Clan albums, all right? And what I've done here, I've broken them down into 3 tiers. Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3. Hit the comments. Tell me if you agree or if you don't agree. Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3. Okay? Tier 3. Those bottom 9 albums. Tier 3. We got Bobby Digital. I love the album, but You God, you know you're my man's You God. I like, but Master Killer. Again, I said Master Killer is a spitter. Don't sleep on Master Killer's style. But as an album, Tier 2. A lot of people have mixed feelings on the Method Man album, yo. A lot of people, like, listen, I love the Method Man album. But the one thing that hurts me about the Method Man album is that there is no pause in hardcore on that album. That album is a hardcore album. There's no relief when you listen to the Method Man album. I love it. It's not Tier 3, and I don't think it's Tier 1. Hit the comments. Let me know how y'all feel about that. Inspector Deck. I love Inspector Deck. I think you're top 3 spitters in Wu-Tang. Deck. I think you're top 3. But that Inspector Deck album, as an album, is it Tier 1? I don't think so. But before we get in any more, I want to go to the community board. Thank you, each and every one of y'all that visit the community board, man. I appreciate y'all, man. I want to read some comments from the community board, man. Y'all be coming through, man. Thank you for coming through to the community board, man. I appreciate y'all. Let me open this up here. Let me put some stuff on the community board on here, man. Hold on. Let me put this up here for a second. Thank you all, man, for always coming through. I'm gonna read some comments from the community board. People that's hitting us up on our community board. Thank you all for coming through. All right. So we got Clayton Phillips. I didn't see Clayton in the chat tonight, but Clayton's always here. Shout out to Clayton Phillips. Clayton left a comment. Clayton says Raekwon. Clayton is going with Ray. We got another comment from Hugh Morris, 83. Hugh Morris says it's a 3-way tie between the Purple Tape, Iron Man, and Liquid Swords. Listen, I love the Iron Man album. The Iron Man album is not better than Supreme Clientele, y'all. Iron Man... I love the Iron Man album. The Iron Man album is not better than Supreme Clientele. Hit the comments. Thank you, Hugh Morris. We got a comment from Bootleg Vibranium. He says, Method Man to Cal album never gets mentioned for some reasons. The reason Method Man album don't get mentioned is because it was too hardcore. Great album. It needed some relief. All right. We got Side calling in. Hold on. We got one of the original members, Side of God, calling in. Side, talk to the people, man. What's good?
I'm here, man. I'm here, fresh out the shower.
Yo, that's too much information, bro.
Fresh out.
That's too much information, man.
Ready for fresh thoughts and fresh, you know?
Well, you see what's going on in the chat? You see what we're talking about? We talking about solo Wu-Tang Clan albums. All right, don't give me a top one yet. Don't give me a number one yet. I want to hear, give the people your top three.
The top three.
Solo albums.
You can't even, I wouldn't even consider the Purple Tape a solo album.
How is that not? That's a Raekwon album.
How many tracks was?
It doesn't matter. That's a Raekwon album.
Every track, Ghostface was.
That's a Raekwon album.
All right, it's a Raekwon album, but it's definitely gonna be Supreme Clientele.
Woo! Let's go.
Liquid Swords.
Woo!
And the Purple Tape.
Wait. You just said it's not an album. You putting it in?
But I have to because you said it's a Raekwon album. But if you listen to the album, there's so much Ghostface on it.
The same thing can be said for Iron Man.
I didn't put it. That's why I didn't put Iron Man.
It's a Raekwon solo album. That's a Raekwon. It doesn't say Raekwon and Ghost. It doesn't say Shaolin versus Wu-Tang. It doesn't say Method Man and Redman. It says Raekwon the Chef.
But when you see them track lists, it's like did Ghostface write that album? How many tracks of Ghostface featured on Purple Tape?
A ton. They were Ghostface and Raekwon were really tight at that time. They had great chemistry. They said that's why that's why they're on each other's albums that much. They had some interviews say they had great chemistry. All right, that's an ill top three. All right, I want to ask you this: when the album dropped in 1993, did you purchase an original copy?
I wasn't allowed to.
Oh.
I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't allowed to. It was a Christian household.
Oh my God! All right, so you didn't purchase the original copy. Who is your favorite Wu-Tang Clan member today?
That's a hard question because everybody like Method Man is the favorite one because he's the one that's on the front line. He's the most. How you could say he's the most, the one that we see in the front all the time. He's boisterous, you know, so everybody, but for me, rapper-wise, I would say...
No, favorite. That's just that's overall favorite. You like the cadence, you like their albums, you Ghost?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
It's just, his work is, like he said, it's the art form is just so... non-contemporary.
Okay.
You know, everything is just like throwing the pictures, his storytelling, his cadence on the track. You know, he's like no other one there.
All right. So this is it, man. Give us the number one solo album from the Wu-Tang Clan. And as you see, I did not include the Capadonna album because it's not an original member. But if you want, you could put Capadonna number one if you want to. Who you got?
Nah, for me, my number one is definitely, I listen to Supreme Clientele.
Let's go! Woo! That album is different, man.
They got tracks on there that's like, okay, Mighty Healthy. That Mighty Healthy track is the track of, it's like a hip-hop staple. Who don't want to get on that beat?
The one thing I heard about today with Tidal and Apple Music, and if you listen to the album on streaming, some of the tracks have been redone. They've changed the production on a lot of the tracks, so it doesn't sound authentic it doesn't sound authentic. If you have the original CD, it sounds very different. So anybody out there that's listening to the album on streaming platforms,
it's too clean.
try to take a listen to it on the original CD. There's some production that's type different. The people been asking for you a lot, so tell them what you're doing before you get up out of here.
Oh, man. Work and kids. Early morning, late nights.
Daddy daycare?
Stop it. You don't take care of your own kids. They're yours.
All right, big dogs. I appreciate you calling in. 16 bars forever, all right?
That's it. One love, everybody.
All right, one. Peace.
Peace.
There you have it, man. There you have it. Side of God. Supreme Clientele, #1 for him. I gotta go back to the community board one more time, real quick. Bootleg says, Method Man to Kyle, the album never gets mentioned for some reason. I'm going with Iron Man. Capadonna's first album never gets mentioned. Facts. I could have said Old Dirty first album. Bobby Digital was crazy too. Ray, my favorite out of the clan. But I'm going to stick with the Iron Man album. Special shout out to the Jizza. All right. Then we move on to Esco D. Esco D, thanks for the comment. Esco D says, between Ghost and Ray, honorable mention goes out to the Jizza and the INS. Jason has a comment. Shout out to Jason. Shout out to Red McFly. Shout out to Tape Flag Society. Jason says, Raekwon Purple Tape or Supreme Clientele. Damn, I forgot about Liquid Swords. Thank you for the community, man. Thanks for always coming on and hitting up our chat in the community. Let me go back to the list. Let me go back to the tier list, right? Let me go back to the tier list. Hold up 1 second. Let me go back to the tier list right here. Okay, so again, tier two. We got Method Man, Takao, we got Old Dirty Bastard, and we got Inspector Deck. Let me hit the chat. Let me see what the chat's talking about. Thank you for the chat today. Y'all going berserk. See what's going on here. Jason says he agrees with the tiers. All right. NYC Addiction said you forgot Shaheem was part of the Wu-Tang as well. I think Shaheem came after the original 9 members, if I'm correct. And Triborough is correcting. Triborough says that's not true. Shy was already affiliated with his first album dropped in 1993. Thank you for that. Let's see what else is going on in the chat. Norman Rich has a comment. Norman Rich says, yo, 16, I know it's the main 9 Wu members, but Wu affiliates had bangers too. That's facts. I ain't gonna lie. Wu Syndicate was tough, and Killer Army, my bad for getting off topic. It's all good, Norman. Thank you for that. Killer Army did have a good run. Triple T says, don't sleep on Method Man. Method Man's my man. I love Method Man, but that album, it needed a little bit of relief. That's all. That's all I'm saying. Triborough says, did not like You God's first album. His music got better as he got older. Facts. That first album was good, not great. Facts. All right. Triborough says, Tikal and Tikal 2 are his best. Met's discography is... I did not like the Tikal 2 album, yo. I'm going to be honest with y'all, man. I bought the Tikal 2 album. I did not like the Tikal 2 album. I did not like Judgment Day. I don't know, man. It's just... The first album was really, really, really special when it came out. Something about that first album was really pure. But the Judgment Day album, it felt too commercialized. And the Tikal 2, I really wasn't feeling it. But that's just me. Try says, Met made his best music with Redman. Yes, Method Man and Redman Blackout albums are classics. NYC Addiction says, we still haven't heard that album that was solo to the pharmaceutical guy for the 1 million. I think his name was Mike Strussel or something. That album was all over the place, man. They bought it, they sold it, the government bought it. I think the government owns that album right now. So that album is going through all sorts of things, man. Let's see what's going on here. Try says, he was never signed with Wu. If anything, he might have signed with Razor Sharp Records. That's RZA's record company. But he was affiliated. Part of the Killer Bees, like Sons of Man, Killer Army, etc. Oh, that's true. Okay. And then Iman has a comment. Iman says, correction, Raekwon shot incarcerated Scarface's that day in the projects. Thank you, Iman. Thank you, Jamaica Queens, Coliseum Block, Ice Cream Video, Wu-Tang Clan was here. All right, y'all put some respect on Queens. All right, listen. Before we move on, I want to talk about the Old Dirty Bastard album. And I know a lot of people out there are going to say, yo, Tree, Old Dirty was not the best rapper in Wu-Tang Clan. You're right. You guys are right. Anybody that's saying Old Dirty Bastard was the best, was the second best, was the third best, they lying. Old Dirty was not the best rapper out of the Wu-Tang Clan. But let me tell y'all something. That Old DB album, what RZA did with the production on that album, the originality that Old Dirty brought to that album, Old Dirty Bastard album is a top 5 Wu-Tang album, y'all. I'm talking about all of Wu-Tang albums. Well, maybe top 6. But what I'm trying to say is, for not being the most lyrical person on the Wu-Tang Clan, and the Wu-Tang Clan got some lyrical spitters. Method Man, Redman, Ghost, Deck, Massacre. Wu-Tang Clan got some spitters. But when it comes to putting together a complete body of work with memorable tracks, it's just something about Old DB. He put himself into that album. And this was one of the production albums that RZA really shined on. So if you haven't listened to Old DB's music, this is his best piece of work. And it is one of Wu-Tang Clan's best albums, yo. So shout out to Old DB, man. I can't even lie, man. I love that album. I think it's one of his best. Let me go to the chat, see what chat's going about. Oh, y'all going wild in the chat, huh? Sai says Bobby Digital was a crazy album. Facts. Okay, let me see what's going on here. Okay, Try and Norman Rich is in the chat. Thank you for that, guys. Keep chatting it up. Iman says Judgment Day was my favorite Mets song. Yeah, man, Iman, I really wasn't feeling that album like that, man. Iman says, but I definitely remember the Wu coming through that day in Harlem. Shout out to Harlem. James has a comment. James says, Wu-Tang Killer Bees are good too. Yes, they are. Sai says, Liquid Swords and Supreme Clientele. Yes. I want to ask you a question. Ghostface and Raekwon Ghostface and Raekwon have 2 albums that people go back and forth with. Iron Man and Supreme Clientele, and Only Built for Cuban Link and Only Built for Cuban Link 2. Ghostface, which Ghostface album is better? Is it Supreme Clientele or is it Iron Man? And the same thing goes for Raekwon. Is Built for Cuban Link 1 better or is Built for Cuban Link 2 better? Drop it in the comments. Let me hear what y'all got to say. All right? And with that, we're going to move into God tier. We're gonna move into God tier, y'all. We gotta move into God tier. Okay? Y'all can be in the chat. Y'all can say what y'all want to say. People gonna be upset. It's gonna get some people mad. Some people aren't gonna know how to react. Some are gonna cough up a lung. You can argue with people at work. You could argue with the bus driver. You could argue with the train conductor. You could go to Starbucks and tell them to put too much cream in your latte. You can argue that they didn't give you enough vanilla in your vanilla latte. I don't care. You can argue about whatever you want to argue about. This is the God tier. This is the God tier albums, solo albums in Wu-Tang. Drop it in the comments. Today we're talking about the Wu. the Wu. Who has the best solo Wu-Tang album? These three albums are God tier. Triple T says, I'm gonna listen to more Wu-Tang, but mostly Method Man. That's cool. We got Crymez, aka CeeLo Milwaukee. CeeLo Milwaukee, thanks for coming through. We got a call coming through, man. Hold on, we got a call coming through. What up, my guy? What's going on?
What's good?
Yo, chat, we got Tribal Gigolo on the chat. Try, what's going on, man?
What up?
What's going on with your channel? What's going on with That Ain't Rap Podcast? Talk to the people.
I'm loving the show. I want to say, like, for Ghost, I think that's the hardest question because, like, I grew up with Iron Man in '96, and then when he comes out with Supreme Clientele and like, both of those albums to me are like his best. You know what I'm saying? But
I cannot argue with that. I think I love Pretty Tony. I love Ghost. I love the other stuff. But I'm with you. Those first two.
I gotta go with Iron Man only because like, they had like the whole blaxploitation theme for that album with the samples and everything, and it was like this. It was like the spin-off to Cuban Link. You know what I'm saying? But Supreme Clientele is a classic too.
So Ghost's best album, you're saying is his first album, Iron Man.
Yes.
Wow.
I'm saying he has both of them are classic. There's no wrong answer. But if I gotta pick one, I gotta go Iron Man.
Okay. You know what? I can't argue with that because a lot of people, I have a lot of conversations, Triborough, that people go back and forth. Supreme is more complete. Iron Man is more hardcore. I can't even complain. I'm gonna go in a different direction right now. What is your most hated Wu-Tang solo album? The one Wu-Tang member that dropped an album you were excited for, you purchased it, you took it home, you put it in your disc changer, and you use it as a cup holder.
I'm tell you, this is gonna surprise you. I actually, when I bought Decal in January.
No.
Like yesterday, let me tell you, I didn't buy it right away. I bought Redman's album first before Decal because they were promoting it both in '94. But I bought Decal in January of '95, and when I bought it home, I was underwhelmed because I was expecting, like he already was doing the collabs with other artists.
Wait. Decal? You did not like Decal?
Nah, I didn't like it in the beginning. I didn't like it at first. Did not like it at first. Like, it was underwhelming because like the production, the tone of it was dark, and I wasn't expecting, dark production from RZA on that album.
Okay. Yeah, no, you're right. That Decal album, I have a lot of conversations, arguments with people on how good it is or how bad it is. He's the first one that dropped. It was too hard. It needed more. It's classic. I had a lot of conversations with people about that album. That album is very diversive.
But then, like now, in hindsight, when you look at his discography now and the stuff he's came out with now, like his first two albums to me are like his best ones to me. Like I was not a fan, and I got the prequel. I was not a fan of Decal 3. And the day after was decent, but they definitely didn't promote it. But to me, like he made his best stuff with Redman. The Blackout,
yes,
1 and 2,
yes,
the How High soundtrack.
Those are classics.
The
classics.
The collabs he's done with Redman, like even with the Mathematics album, the last joint that came out with Mathematics, Red and Meth was all over that album. They made that album what it was.
Okay. All right. Old Dirty Bastard. What do you think of Old Dirty Bastard as a Wu-Tang member?
I love it. I love, like I said, I think he had the best album intro ever. Like, that's the way you start off your first album. Like, the way he did, like, he introduced it like it was a show. Like we were
right.
And we were listening to, like, his what rap meant to him.
Right.
And, the off-key singing and the rapping.
Right. It's very original.
From the RZA.
All right.
Yeah.
So, where do you rank that album in top Wu-Tang solo albums? Where is it fall?
Top 5.
It falls in 5.
Yes, top 5.
It falls in 5. In all of Wu-Tang Clan.
Yes.
It's better than Capadonna, the album?
I like it more than Capadonna. Capadonna album was great, but I like ODB's album more.
I think he had joints on there like he had shimmy. Who
No. Don't get me wrong. Listen, I love the album. I'm just asking you. Don't get me wrong. I love the album.
Yeah, Brooklyn Zoo. Yeah, Baby Come On, Raw Hot. Like every joint on there was banging. Like I think that's a underrated Wu solo album that nobody talks about.
Okay. All right. So I see the chat is talking a lot about Wu affiliate albums. Now, the Wu-Tang Clan did have a lot of affiliates that made albums on the side, branch off path. Give the people an album that you think that they haven't listened to that they should take a listen to.
Killer Army Silent what's that album? Silent Weaponry, I think it's called.
Okay, from Killer Army.
Yeah, Killer Army, Don Pacino, like he has a lot of like solo stuff outside of Killer Army. The Gravediggers, I gotta mention the Gravediggers.
Shout out Gravediggers. Gravediggers was one of those cools. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, that is the best horrorcore album ever. The Gravediggers 6 Feet Deep. I love that album.
All right, chat, y'all hear that? Go check out those albums. Try, just promote it. Try. You know we always gotta do it, man. Tell the people where they can find you at, bro.
Yo, you can find me on Instagram, Triboro__Gigolo, and my YouTube channel is That Ain't Rap Podcast, DAT, That Ain't Rap Podcast. Salute to you, Six, for always doing your thing, and salute to the chat.
Salute to the chat. Try. When's the next show? When's your next show coming up?
The next show, I'm gonna do something next week. I'm gonna let you know. I'm going live next week.
All right, we're definitely gonna promote that on the channel. I try. Good looking out.
Yeah.
All right. All right. One. Y'all heard it, man. Go check out Tribo's channel, yo. That Ain't Rap Podcast. He's going to drop it in the chat, so y'all click on it. Go check out his channel. Try does a lot of hip-hop stuff. He does sports. He does movies. He does old school cartoons. He does a lot of those sitcoms. He breaks down a lot of stuff, man. Go follow Try. He's a hip-hop head. He's a hip-hop historian. Y'all think I know hip-hop? Try knows hip hop. All right, so y'all go follow his channel. That Ain't Rap Podcast. All right, so let me see what's going on in the chat. I see Yo-Yo McGurras in the chat. LA the Dark Man. Shout out to LA the Dark Man. Caliverins. Okay. Bronze Nazareth. Okay, Bronze Nazareth. All right. I see Norman Rich is in the building. Norman Rich, thanks for coming through. Norman Rich said GFK, Morefish, and ODB, Jigga Please, wasn't a fan of them. That Morefish album, yeah. The Fish Scale album was tough. I think the Morefish was, yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that, Norman. Norman says Ray and Cap was all over Iron Man. Okay. All right. James has a comment. James says, I gotta go. It gotta be Liquid Swords. Okay. Liquid Swords. All right. Tribal says, Iron Man is the spin-off of Cuban Link. You can't go here. Listen, Ray was on Ghost album. Ghost was on Ray album. That's how they were rolling, yo. All right. I see Caddy K is in the building. Caddy K, thanks for coming through. Shout out to Caddy K. All right. AKA CeeLo Milwaukee, he says one is way better. All right. Let me see what's going on here. What's going on in the chat? All right, chat. Y'all hit the comments down below. All right. Norman Rich says dirty weaponry. Triple T says I'm doing some stuff too. Shout out to Triple T Reviews. And Try says more fish was like bonus cuts from the Fish Scale session. But dope album. I love the Fish Scale album. The More Fish, wasn't a big fan of, to tell you the truth. All right. So this is it, man. I think this is the top tier of Wu-Tang albums. Okay. Let me put the list up one more time. Let me put up the albums that were in question one more time, so everybody can see. All right. Before we crown the winner. Okay? Let's put the albums up one more time. We're going to put up the tiers. All right? Okay? The 9 members, original 9 members, Ghostface, Jizza, Genius, Raekwon, Method Man, ODB, Inspector Deck, RZA, Master Killer, You Got, original members, solo projects. Now, those are some pretty good discs, y'all. Like if you're a hip hop head and you've been following the Wu-Tang for a long time, those are some pretty dope albums to go through. And it's hard to pick a winner from any of those. All right? So if you want to say Iron Man is better than Supreme Clientele, I'm not mad at you. Iron Man was a hell of an album. But you cannot say Jizza had a better album than Liquid Swords. That's his best album. Say what you want about Raekwon, Only Built for Cuban Link 2. Say what you want about Shaolin versus Wu-Tang. Say what you want about the Lex Diamond story. All the Raekwon out. Say what you want. Only Built for Cuban Link is Raekwon's best album. Okay? I love Method Man. It's not top 3. I love Inspector Deck. It's not top 3. I love Capadonna. It's not top 3. These are the top 3 solo Wu-Tang Clan albums. And y'all got to pick out of these 3, man. If you're here in the chat right now, you got to pick from one of these 3. You got to pick from one of these 3. We're ruling out Iron Man right now. Iron Man got knocked off by Supreme Clientele. Y'all got to pick from one of these 3 albums as the best Wu-Tang Clan album. We all love the other albums. I love the ODB album. It's not better than Only Built for Cuban Link. It's not better than Supreme Clientele. It's not better than Liquid Swords. The Cat album is not better than these 3 albums. Bobby Digital, I love RZA as a producer. I love some of his albums. It's not better than these 3 albums right here. So y'all can say what y'all want to say. Y'all got to pick from one of these 3 albums right here. This is God tier. Supreme Clientele, Liquid Swords, and Only Built for Cuban Link. Drop it in the comments. Let me hear what y'all saying. Clayton Phillips is here. Clayton, thanks for coming through. Clayton's in the chat. Clayton dropped his comment. Clayton, I read your comment a little while ago to the chat. Thank you for hitting up the community board and leaving that message. We read it out early on. Thank you. Clayton Phillips is in the chat. Clayton, y'all got to drop it in the chat, man. Y'all got to drop one of these 3, man. Yo-Yo Moraga says, War Cloud. DJ APOC 808 says, Purple Tape all day. Clayton says, Only Built for Cuban Link was the best. Try says, Cuban Link, Only Built for Cuban Link. Y'all gotta drop it. One of these 3. You cannot, y'all gotta pick one of these 3. That's it. That's it. That's it. Cuban Link is winning so far. Yo-Yo Moraga says, Supreme Clientele was written by Superb. That's why Ghost raps different. Yo, come on, man. Come on, man. Lord Superb. Shout out to Lord Superb. I don't know, man. I'm not gonna co-sign that, man. Yo-Yo Moragas, I'm not gonna co-sign that. I'm not co-signing that one. Thank you for the comment. I'm not co-signing that. Shout out to Ghostface. That's my man, yo. Triple T says, what? Method Man is not top 3. Tikal is not a top 3 Wu-Tang solo album. I love the album. I own the album. I bought it day 1 and I'm still pumping it. But it's not top 3. Let's be real, guys. Let's be real. James is in a comment. James says Liquid Swords. Try says Tikal is a top 5 for me, but not better than the first 4 ahead of it. Listen, if you put in Tikal in the top 5, I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you. But top 3? No. Iman Harlem is here. Iman Harlem, Iman Harlem, Iman. Iman says Raekwon the chef, only built for Cuban links. And Yo-Yo Moraga says, look it up. I will. Once the show is done, I'm going to go check out what you say, Yo-Yo Moraga. I'm going to check that out. Triple T says, I was actually referring to Blackout by Method Man and Redman, not to Cal. Method Man and Redman album is a joint album. It's not considered a solo album. Great album. I own the album. I love it. I bought one and I bought two. I have hard copies of them. But it's not considered a solo album. Thank you for that, Triple T Reviews. Triborough has a comment. Triborough says, Culinary Cuban Link has created commerce foray after 30 years, and the many references it has in mafioso rap and gangster films. Listen, I'm not gonna lie. That's a true statement. Like, people still talk about Only Built for Cuban Link album till today. Like these three albums, hip hop heads still talk about. But yeah, there is something about Only Built for Cuban Link that they did. I think that Scarface, that was the thing back in the 90s. A lot of rappers were referencing a lot of gangster movies in the 90s. So when not even gangster movies, even stuff like Boys in the Hood and stuff like that, and a lot of rap in the 90s, they used to watch a lot of movies, gangster movies, and they would put it in their rhymes. And even with the Wu-Tang, they were heavily influenced by karate movies and stuff. So yeah, something about the Only Built for Cuban Link album, just the introduction of it, the way it sounds, the skits in there, it's yeah. Same thing goes for Liquid Swords too. If you listen to Liquid Swords, some of the skits in there that they're taking for some of those karate movies, when you go back and watch those movies, like the Shogun clip, choose the sword and you will join me. Choose the ball and you will join your mother. You don't understand, but mark my words, boy. Choose wisely. So that listen, when I first heard that blew my mind, yo. He says choose life or death. He said choose the sword and you will join me. And he was talking to the baby. The Shogun was talking to the baby. And he gave him the sword and the ball. He says, choose the sword and you will join me. Choose the ball and you will join your mother. You don't understand my words, but choose wisely. Choose life or death. That, when they put that in the Liquid Swords album, oh my. Listen, that I had to go find the movie. I had to go find the movie clip to go watch the movie after I heard that. And Supreme Clientele, man. So put on down. Trust. Who I man? Being on the can't live. Who I man? Now something got to give. With my iceberg teeth, like looking at my eyes like, jeez. You said Star Space, Ghost Space. Oh, listen. These three albums right here, these are the three best solo Wu-Tang albums. I don't care what y'all saying. Let me hear what the chat got to say. Iman says the chef. Tribal said, Norman Rich. Norman Rich says, I'm stuck between Supreme Clientele, Wu Banger 101. Wu Banger 101 is fire. And ODB, Only Built for Cuban Links, Wu Gambinos. I'm going with Wu Banger 101. I think I like that song a little bit better. Shout out to both tracks. Both tracks are hot. Triple T says, all right, I'm just going to pick Only Built for Cuban Link by Raekwon. Only Built for Cuban Link is winning tonight, y'all. And we got Try with the last comment. Try says, And Wu brought the Kung Fu films to mainstream America. That is facts. The Wu-Tang Clan. There's a lot of things in hip-hop that we take for granted, y'all. Like when you listen to Jim Jones today and you listen to Jim Jones music and you listen to the ad-libs that Jim Jones puts in all his songs now, that was taken directly from the Lost Boys. You know, when the Lost Boys was here, Freaky Ty used to have the ad-libs and all the songs. Hey, yeah, Listen to Jim Jones music right now. Listen to all of Jim Jones songs when he's ad-libbing on his songs. That's a direct correlation of what the Lost Boys and Freaky Ty did. They kind of introduced the ad-lib into song. I mean, it probably was around before, but it came to its peak when the Lost Boys started to do it. You go back and listen to some of the stuff from Nas back in the days, some of the intros that they were doing with mafia movies and stuff like that. You go back and listen to Jay's Reasonable Doubt. Go back and listen to some of the in my lifetime when they took the Carlito's Way and they sorry boys, all the money in the world can bring me back again. Lay down. Go stretch my mic out in Marcy. You know how it goes. Marcy always knew we'd stop there, but a lot later than the gang people taught. The last of the hustlers. Well, maybe not the last. Bleak's gonna be good. All of that stuff is taken from the gangster movies that they put into these songs. And like Try just said, I don't know listen, I'm not gonna stay here and say that was the first time it was done. I don't know. There's a lot of hip hop I'm not procured with. But the first time I heard Kung Fu music or movies in hip hop was the Wu-Tang Clan. That was the first time I heard someone put karate movie sound bites in music. Okay, so shout out to the Wu for bringing that to the forth. Again, I don't want to say that they started it. I don't know if I'm right or wrong. I don't know everything about hip hop, okay? But I first started to hear, and I was a big, listen, I'm from Trinidad and Tobago. In the 70s and 80s, Kung Fu music, Kung Fu movies were a big thing in the West Indies. So when I came here to America and the Wu-Tang Clan did that, and they put those Kung Fu in, what? That, my mind, so Try, that is facts. NYC Addiction says, by the way, Eagles are going to win the Super Bowl. Bump the Eagles. They took Saquon Barkley. I don't want to hear it. I don't even care. Let's see what's going on in the chat. Norman Rich says, haha, I hear you 16 rapping Method Man verse some $150. Listen, man, I'm biased, man. Out of these three albums, I think I bumped the Supreme Clientele the most. I bumped them all, but I think Supreme Clientele got the most bump out of me. I'm telling you, man. Hot Night Jamaica came through in the Booger Cream. He said two rappers got stuck that night. I ain't saying no names. They know who. Thank you for the chains. New Year's event. But oh man, listen, that Supreme Clientele was crazy, man. Yo, look, thank you all for coming through. As always, man, drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. If you're watching this video later on, drop your comment in the comment section. What original 9-member Wu-Tang Clan member had the best solo album? Drop it in the comments. Right now, I'm saying it's between Supreme Clientele, Liquid Swords, and Only Built for Cuban Link. Thank you for the chat. I see Ryan is in the building. Ryan, you're late, man. Ryan, you're late. We are hour in. Empire, we are hour in, and you're now coming in. I'm gonna wait for Empire, man. Empire, man. Wait. Let me give Empire the list first. Empire is a God MC. I gotta pump my brakes for Empire. Hold on, y'all. Empire is in the building. Let me pump my brakes real quick. This is a God right here. I'm gonna give Empire the tier list one more time. Empire, I got you. before we go, we gotta give Empire the tier list. This is the tier list, Empire, aka Ryan Jackson in the chat. What Wu-Tang Clan member had the best solo album? Oh, we got Ryan. We got Empire calling in, yo. Hold up. We got Empire calling in. Yo.
Yo, my bad, Shame. I just got off.
Yo, you live on the chat right now. What's good?
I know. I'm going with Ray. Only Bill.
Listen. You missed the whole show, but it's all good. We was about to get off, but I gotta pump my brakes. You a God MC, so I gotta give you your time on the mic. I put up the tier list. First of all, do you agree with the tier list? Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3. Tell me.
Hold up. You said I gotta be able to see it. I'm on the phone. Who we got?
You got Tier 3 at the bottom. You got Bobby Digital. You got Master Killer, and you got You God on Tier 3. Tier 2, you got Inspector Deck. You got the Oldie B album, and you got the Kyle on Tier 2. Tier 1, you got the Ghostface Killer, Supreme Clientele. You got Liquid Swords, and you got Raekwon with Only Built for Cuban Link. Do you agree with the tier list? Who are you moving up or down? Or if you're moving anybody at all?
Oh, yeah. Nah, dang. Okay, dang. Yeah, and I'm still going. Only Built for Cuban Links. The purple tape.
So you think the tier list right there looks good?
Yeah.
All right.
All
Let me.
I think right behind it is Supreme Clientele.
No. Hold up. Let me update it to the top 3. We went through that. Let me give you the God tier. I'm gonna give you the God tier right now. All right.
Yes, sir.
This is the.
At work, so I just saw the alert. I was like, oh.
It's all good, man. You gotta make that cheddar, man. I feel you.
Yeah.
All right. This is the God tier. Top 3. Unquestionable. I already told the chat you can't question this. Some people, Tribal Gigolo, and some people said you can swap out Iron Man for Supreme Clientele. What do you say?
No, I'm gonna have to go Iron Man.
So you put an Iron Man instead of Supreme Clientele on the list.
Yeah, because of the way it hit. I like the follow-up, Supreme Clientele. It was a dope project, but some of those joints on Iron Man, like, we always go through what tracks you could skip. Some of them joints on Iron Man was just, them joints was heavy, fam.
Okay. All right. So God.
One of the few projects where his sophomore album might have been better than the original album. So I can understand people having that debate, though. But I'm going to pick Iron Man.
All right. So top 3. Again, Only Built for Cuban Link, Liquid Swords, Supreme Clientele. Who you going with?
God, jeez, bro. Nah, gosh. You fucked damn tree. I missed a good episode. I'm gonna have to go with my genius. I'm gonna have to go Liquid Swords.
Ooh! Listen. I'm gonna tell you right now. The chat disagree with you. The chat mostly went with Only Built. The chat mostly went for Only Built for Cuban Link, God.
I thought about it until you said Liquid Swords, and then the songs is playing in my head. I'm thinking about how the genius spit, and I'm like, oh man, he didn't have more radio play with the Liquid Swords album, but like which album I feel like you could throw in and really just all the way through the bitch? Probably that one, but oh man, yeah, that's a tough one. But I'll go Liquid Swords.
Liquid Swords. All right. I'm gonna ask you 2 more questions. This question right here: who is your most?
I appreciate you taking the time, brother.
Oh no, we got you, man. We got you. Who is your most underrated Wu-Tang member? Like of all the members, who disappointed you the most?
U-God. Disappointed me the most?
Yes.
U-God.
Why?
I thought U-God was real dope. I thought he was better than Inspector Deck. I thought he was better than...
You thought he was better than Deck?
Yeah, I did. I'm just telling you my opinion. Like, in order, when I went with Wu, I felt like Meth was the best. Genius was my favorite. U-God was different. He was like my Redman dude. He was just different. I like the way he sound. You know what I'm saying? I like the way he spit his cadence. But I think he let me down the most. Like, I think, and then he got locked up and all that. I think if U-God had a chance to actually Shine. That's my most underrated though. You guys one of my favorites though.
Okay. On this list, on the 9 members, we did not include Capadonna because Capadonna came on after the first 9 members. What do you think of Capadonna, the Pillage album, his first album?
Oh, I'm biased because I don't really like Capadonna, so I can't give an honest opinion. I never really liked Kappa. I don't like the way he spit. I don't really like the way he spit. But the Pillage album was a good album. I wouldn't call it trash. I'll say that shit was alright. It was good.
All right. Okay.
I'm not a big fan of Kappa anyway.
All right.
When they added him, I felt like he didn't have the lyrical content to really be in the Wu-Tang. So it was like, ew, why they add him? He had the swag. He dressed up right. His best verse is in Triumph. I can't even remember a Capadonna verse that I thought was fire. And I dare the chat to throw one in there.
No, don't do that. All right, here this one right here. November 9th, 1993. This album was released. Enter the Wu-Tang Clan, 36 Chambers. Where were you and did you purchase the album when it first released?
All right. Oh, man, 93. So I graduated in 95. So 93, I'd have been a sophomore, and when I heard about them dudes was when I was probably watching that dude Bobby, what's his name, on the late night on Channel U, when you used to turn the channel and son was standing in front of the green screen.
Don't ask me, son. I don't even know.
Oh man, this is back in the day, Bobby something, but he had videos, and I saw that.
Oh, okay.
Once I saw the Protect Your Neck video,
okay.
I had to go straight to Nobody Beats the Wiz or Sam Goody to go get that.
So
That's one of the few albums I purchased back then. First album I ever purchased was Red Band Joint, then I purchased Nas, then I purchased Big, then I purchased Wu-Tang.
Okay.
My mom wasn't letting me rock with the explicit parental, you know what I mean? But
okay. All right.
I was in high school. I was at home. I saw the video on TV. You used to turn the channel U. His name was Bobby something. Everybody remember the videos.
The chat gonna put it in there soon. Somebody gonna put it in there.
They gonna know.
All right. Before you go, I got to give you the floor. If you got something to promote, if you want to give the people some bars, if you want to say what you up to, it's your time right now, big dogs.
No, I appreciate
hold on. The chat, Triborough says Bobby Simmons.
Yes.
Flavor video. Thank you for the chat.
I gotta check out Triborough.
Listen. You gotta go follow. You gotta go follow That Ain't Rap Podcast.
That man is a hip hop historian. I watched the last episode. That's why I hit you in the chat late. I was like, oh man.
That Ain't Rap Podcast. Go follow his page.
Yeah. But he was sitting there dropping knowledge. I was like, I gotta follow this dude.
All right. Go ahead. My bad.
That's all good. But I'm just saying, support y'all. You know what I'm saying? Support 16 bars. Support my man Triborough.
Okay.
Keep tuning in. That's all. That's all, love.
All right, big.
I sent you. Thank you.
I got it. I'm putting it together. I'm putting the bars together. I gotta get the beat. All right. I got you.
But you be talking about the lost tapes, ladies and gentlemen. Onslaught Tree is holding back a few lost tapes from the block.
I can't put it out. The fellas is. I can't put the lost tapes out yet.
You haven't gotten approval.
I got to get approval from all the guys to put it out. But I got you, man. Yo, listen, Empire.
But see, he a hip hop historian. He got everything, y'all.
I appreciate you calling in. It's all love. Stay safe out there, all right?
Appreciate it. Yo, Triborough, what up, man? I don't even know you, but I love, bro.
Go follow his page. That Ain't Rap Podcast. All right?
Absolutely.
All right.
Thank you for taking the time.
All right, one.
All right, peace.
All right, yo. That was Empire, basketball, center, power forward, center/power forward / shot blocker / fast break starter. Shout out to Empire. Shout out to all the hip hop heads in the chat, man. I see Derek Clark is in the chat. Derek Clark said the best album is Method Man. Okay. But yo, I want to thank each and every one of y'all for coming through. Thank you for always supporting the channel. We got new videos coming out all the time. If you're listening now, go subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, turn on your notifications. This weekend, we got some more Freestyle Wars video coming. Go check out the last Freestyle War. We got Nikki, Remy, and Foxy Brown going at it. So go check out that one. We got some more coming soon, all right? I appreciate all of y'all. Tribal, thanks for coming through That Ain't Rap podcast. Go follow Exotic Drinks from my man Stacks. Iman is here. Iman has some breaking news. Iman says that there has been a plane crash in, oh man. Looks like we have another incident, y'all. So Iman, thank you for that. He said there's been a plane crash in Philly. So y'all be safe out there. Iman says have a safe weekend. Thank you, Iman. And I'm going to read the last comment from Clayton Phillips. Clayton Phillips says, Bone Thugs or Wu-Tang Clan? I'm going Wu-Tang Clan, man. I love Bone Thugs. Like, listen, Clayton. I don't think there's a group that is better than the Wu-Tang Clan. I've heard people say Outkast. I've heard people say, Mobb Deep. And I love all of these guys. But when it comes to classic albums, when it comes to lyrical content, when it comes to evolving hip-hop, I love Public Enemy. I love EPMD. I love MOP. Like there's tons of groups I can go through. But if you want to go, like Jay-Z said, pull out your CDs. Pull out your CDs. Let's go song for song. I'm the illest jigger doing it till y'all prove me wrong. Do you believe? Pull out the CDs and go song for song. There is no better group than the Wu-Tang Clan. It's the boy on Slow Tree. I'm up.